Welcome back to another Celebrity Sweets. I'm Ethan, and this summer we are throwing it back to some of the most iconic summer songs of all time. We've done Miley Cyrus, Katy Perry, and Omi, and today we're focusing all on Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki Minaj definitely plays with the visuals a lot, so she lends herself great to making a cake or a treat inspired by her. Which, I say all that, and we haven't on the channel yet. So today we're going to do that. I would call myself a Nicki Minaj fan. Wait, what does Nicki Minaj call her fans? Barbs. See, I'm a fan. For today's song though, we are throwing it back to 2010 to Super Bass, which I think was Nicki Minaj's first blow up smash hit. It was the highest charting song by a solo rapper since Missy Elliott in 2002, and wasn't really even supposed to be a single, but there's some influence from other people who told her to make it a single, and she finally did. Oh, and this is from her Pink Friday album, which her legs are not that long. If we put a picture of her legs right here, they're not that long. I was just laughing at that because there's no way. Do you see how long her legs are? Now, Billboard magazine also selected this song as the best song of 2011, and this song was streamed over 84 million times in 2011 alone. And I mean, I added a few to that just this morning listening to it. Now, there is a music video for this song, and I was looking for all the visuals and all this stuff, and the one thing that caught my eye was the mermaid scene, where she's in this pink pool of who knows what, but she's got a mermaid bikini. So we're going to take inspiration from that scene. We're going to be making a mermaid surprise inside cake and then decorating it with a homemade Mirror Glaze. So if you're ready, let's get started. This one's for the boys with the boom system, top 10 AC with the coolest system. When they come up in the club, if you're raising up, got stacks on deck like a raising up. Anyway, he might get a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of bill. He's all, he might circle. He's always in the air, but in no flat coat. Shit, I'm gonna put chip, of a ship. I'm gonna make a drip, drip, kiss it on the lip. That's the kind of dude I was looking for. Woo! And yes, you get slapped if you're looking out. For this cake, I went ahead and whipped up 5 layers of my vanilla cake recipe, and I'll put links to this in the description below and a card up here as well. I've dyed each layer a different color, however there's 2 purple layers, so not every layer. But there's a teal, a green, a pink, a purple. You'll see it when we cut into it. And I also filled and stacked this cake with my buttercream frosting. Again, links in the description below. And inside this cake, let me show you, I made a secret hole. Because right now we want to fill this with our surprise. And I'm going to pour them into our little cavity. I'm not going to pour them. I'm going to carefully set them. Ah. Come back. Could you hear that boom, 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 baby? To finish this cake off, I topped it with the last layer. This is again the second purple layer, and this time it doesn't have a hole because we don't want a hole on the top. And oh, there's no hole on the bottom, just those 3 middle layers. Now what I'm going to do is I've got some more buttercream frosting and some offset spatulas over here, and I'm just going to finish the frosting and crumb coating of this cake. I've completely crumb coated our cake, and now we want to pop this back into the refrigerator to allow it to set. The whole point of the crumb coat is to make sure that the frosting hardens and that the crumbs stay inside the coat of frosting that we put on the outside. I'm just going to set this in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes. However, while we wait this time, we can make our homemade Mirror Glaze. The ingredients for this Mirror Glaze are 2 cups of white chocolate chips, half a cup of granulated sugar, 2/3 a cup of sweetened condensed milk, a cup of water, a 1/4 cup of water, 2 packages of gelatin, and some pink food coloring. The first thing we want to do is bloom, 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 bloom. That's hard to say. Our gelatin, boom. I remember back, oh my goodness, I remember back when that song came out, I liked that song a lot. And Pound the Alarm. Yeah, those are good. The first thing we're going to do is bloom our 2 packages of gelatin with our 1/4 cup of water. Once your gelatin is bloomed, now we want to take the rest of our ingredients along with a medium-sized saucepan over to the stove. On medium-low heat, add in your sweetened condensed milk, sugar, and water, and cook the mixture, stirring occasionally until it starts to bubble. Once bubbling, add in your gelatin and whisk that up until completely dissolved. When you feel that your gelatin is dissolved, slowly start adding in your chocolate and stirring until those completely melt and the mixture becomes a nice smooth consistency. Once you've achieved that, add in a few drops of pink food coloring and stir this up until the mixture starts to boil one more time. I've got like our hyper neon, like pink, bright pink liquid. This is Mirror Glaze. I don't think Nicki Minaj was swimming in Mirror Glaze, but that's okay. I actually poured this through a strainer before I put it into this liquid measuring cup. Ooh, it's hot. And that is because we want to make sure that there are no chocolate chunks in our glaze. We want it to be nice and smooth. I'm gonna leave some of this in this jar, however, for like presentation and video wise. Nicki was like pouring it out of this like glass, so I found one of these glasses. I'm gonna pour some from this measuring cup into this glass. Now, as I said, this is very hot. If you pour this on your cake right now, it would melt the frosting and you're not gonna get any Mirror Glaze. So we're gonna pop this into the refrigerator for about 15 to 30 minutes or until it cools down. Then we'll bring it out and we can start pouring it over our cake. And speaking of cake, let's go back to our cake. I took our Megatron. They call me Megatron. I'm gonna finish on out of the refrigerator, and now we can start to do our final coat. This has set up, it's cool to the touch. The frosting has hardened just a little bit. I've got some more buttercream frosting and again my offset spatula, and I'm just gonna spread a thicker, even layer around the entire cake. We've got the final layer of frosting on our cake, and now we can pop it back into the fridge for another 10 to 15 minutes to allow this one to chill. This time though, we don't have anything really to work on, so we can just listen to Nicki Minaj. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Oh gosh. This starship was not meant to fly. I took our cake out of the fridge and just, wait a second. I was actually listening to Nicki Minaj songs, like I said I would, when I was like setting up this scene and allowing the cake to chill. And you know she's got a song called Superb Ass? That's a song. So what came first? Superb ass or super bass? But now mermaids have scales and tails, and I also remember that Nicki Minaj was a mermaid in the Bed music video, like her like 6,000 collaboration with Ariana Grande. Like they do a lot of collabs. But I've made a bunch of scales over here out of fondant. I just cut some circles, and you can actually let this sit for like a day or two in advance. We want them to be a little hard, not hard to like where you bend it cracks, but hard enough that it's pliable and yet holds its shape. The colors I chose were more fitting towards Nicki Minaj's bikini. I've got like a lime green, a teal, a light blue, a dark blue, and a purple. And now we can start to decorate this cake. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up to the top. And we're gonna begin by cutting some of these circles in half. These half circles are gonna go around the base of our cake in any random pattern you'd like. When your bottom layer of cake is covered in half circles, we now want to take our regular circles and start overlaying these onto our fondant. We're gonna offset these just a little bit to get that mermaid pattern and go around the cake all the way up until the top. Should we do this transition like Nicki Minaj style? Like a little like, Young Money. Oh, if any of you like a diehard Nicki Minaj fan or just know anything about Nicki Minaj, why should she say Young Money? Like obviously it's better than Old Money, but like, what's that signify? We've covered our mermaid cake in the fondant, and there's one more thing I want to do before we add on the Mirror Glaze, which is going to go on the top of the cake. That's why we left it fondantless. Over here I've got some clear food grade alcohol. This is just a clear vanilla extract, and I've mixed it with a little bit of clear luster dust, and we're just going to paint these scales to give them a nice shine. We've painted on our glitter to this cake, and now we can add on our final touch, the mysterious pink liquid, which is really just our Mirror Glaze. When pouring Mirror Glaze, you want to work with a cold cake, so I popped this back into the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 more minutes. And now let's just drizzle this on our cake. Just like start up here and pour. Oh, there it goes. And here we have it, check it out. Our Nicki Minaj super bass inspired mermaid mega surprise inside Mirror Glaze cake that we made today. This thing is amazing, and I gotta cut into it because the surprise inside, you've gotta see the layers. The Mirror Glaze continues to like drip down the sides, which is like the perfect effect for this music video and like for everything. I hear them. Okay, moment truth. Look at this! Can you see the layers? Like, look at that. Oh. You can see all the layers, the blue, the pink, the purple, the green, the purple again, the M&Ms, the fondant, the Mirror Glaze. This is an amazing cake. If you happen to make this, please share it with me on Instagram. Oh, there's more that want to come out. Or Twitter. And if you have any, I'm trying to talk here. Shh. And if you have any other requests for another celebrity sweets, please leave it down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to share this video with someone who likes Nicki Minaj or mermaids, Mirror Glaze, anything you saw in today's video, and tell them to subscribe. M&Ms are really noisy. Let's try to hit 100 subscribers. Until next time, save a life and make it sweet. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button down below. And while you're at it, subscribe. You can do that by clicking this cute little donate right here. If you're looking for more content, up here's my latest video, and down here's another video from my Summer Throwback Series. That's all for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Now I gotta go to the beach. Let's go get away.